up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we have some breaking Detroit Lions news. It's probably not breaking at this point, but the Lions have hired a senior defensive assistant, Dom Capers. So let's get it started.
You know, I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Welcome everybody to another video. Glad you guys are here. Now the reason I'm laughing is because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. As soon as I saw this name, I thought of Don Shula. I was like, wait a minute, Don Shula. Rest in peace to an NFL legend there in Don Shula. Dom Capers has been hired to the Detroit Lions as a senior defensive assistant, which is a very flexible position. It's a position that he's held with the Vikings last year, the year before that with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I guess he passed up on a defensive coordinator role with the Bengals like 3 or 4 years ago and decided to be a senior defensive assistant. So he kind of gave up being a defensive coordinator. Well, now he's going to join the Detroit Lions. He's got a ton of experience, and he's also reuniting with Aaron Glenn, who he coached. He coached Aaron Glenn when Glenn was a player, and that's now our new defensive coordinator. So I think what the Lions are looking for with this move is to have someone help guide the first-time defensive coordinator in Aaron Glenn. Dom Capers also has a very similar background, as he was a defensive backs coach on his way up, a defensive assistant pretty much his entire career, had a lot of defensive coordinator roles, also had the head coaching job multiple times. Look, this is his 47th season coaching football. 47 seasons?
It's too bad they're old.
What do you mean, Patrick? Old people are the greatest. They're full of wisdom and experience.
No, seriously, that's a lot of seasons. So, wow, he's been doing this for a while. You want experience? Well, you got it. And again, I think it's just kind of like almost like a mentor role for the Detroit Lions, where I'm going to help you out a little bit, help this transition for you being a first-time defensive coordinator, and obviously they probably have a good relationship. Now, man, I see like Packers fans kind of just like, you know, talking all their heat. They always talk heat. They always talk spicy. They're trying to talk spicy on Twitter. Like, oh, you took some terrible guy. We were trying to get rid of this guy. And, oh, man, you guys made a terrible hiring here. He was so awful for the Packers. He was carried by Rodgers. And I'm like, okay, whatever. They're going to talk their smack. And then I start looking into the numbers. And I'm just like, what are they talking about? Like, okay, I get it. Maybe you didn't have the best feelings about him. But, the numbers tell a different story than what a lot of these Packers fans are trying to say. So I'm just saying, like, I know what people are saying out there, but just listen to some of these numbers. If I type them all up, there's a lot of them. I mean, look, the end of his tenure wasn't the best with the Green Bay Packers, but that's probably why, you know, he's not with the Packers anymore. But I think that's clouding. It's almost like that clouds the vision to some people, because it wasn't all just absolutely terrible with this guy. Let's look at the number. He's been a defense coordinator in multiple different places, but I want to focus on the Packers because that was his most recent defense coordinator job. And he was talking so much heat, man. They were talking so much heat. One thing you'll notice with this is their pass rating, their defense against the pass is really good. So we're looking at 3 categories here. Passer rating allowed. We're looking at yards per carry allowed. I like those 2 stats for run defense and pass defense, and also points per game allowed. Okay, a lot of factors go into that, but here's the 3 main categories I like to look at. Kind of just get a nice little sample of what he did and how well he did his job. So 2008 is the year before he gets there. And the year before he gets there, they're allowing a 71.9 pass rating. Not bad. 4.6 yards per carry. That's pretty bad. And 23.8 points per game. Not overall like an awful defense. The year he takes over, their passing defense improves to 68.8 pass rating. The run defense takes a huge improvement to 3.6 yards per carry. And now they're only allowing 18.6 points per game. So they improved the first year under Dom Capers as a defensive coordinator in 2009. That was the year Matthew Stafford was drafted. In 2010, he is then allowing a 67.2 pass rating. Again, improvement there. 4.7 yards per carry. Took a big step back. I've noticed his run defense was pretty inconsistent, and that probably is because he has such a big background with defensive backs that's why that was so consistent and run defense wasn't. But run defense took a step back. However, which was similar to the year before he got there. However, they're now only allowing 15 points per game. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So far, so good for Dom Capers. 2011, passer rating takes a step back. 80.6 pass rating allowed, 4.7 yards per carry, and 22.4 points per game. Okay, so he took a step back, but it's still less points per game. So in his first 3 seasons, each season less points per game than what they were giving up before he got there. 2012, 76.8 pass rating, 4.5 yards per carry, 21 points per game. Again, an improvement. I don't really know what people are talking about. How about 2013? 95.9 pass rate. Now, 2013 was a big step back. This was like the worst year I've seen with the Packers. 95.9 pass rating, 4.6 yards per carry, 26.8 points per game. Took a step back. The stats were not that good in 2013. So you had to see a bounce back in 2014. And he bounced back. 82 passer rating, 4.3 yards per carry, 21.8 points per game. All improvements from the year before he took over. 2015, 80.1 passer rating, 4.5 yards per carry, 20.2 points per game. Again, improved. 2016, not the best year defensively, 95.9 passer rating, 4 yards per carry, which is actually pretty good, but 24.3 points per game, just about a half point worse than what it was before he took over. And in this final year, 2017, before he was no longer with the Packers, one of the worst defensive years for him. 102 passer rating, good run defense, 3.9 yards per carry, and 24 points per game. And that's about the same as what it was when he was, before he came in. So, I mean, it wasn't like it was a train wreck. They kept him for a very long time for a reason. Let's be fair to them. And then the year he left, which I think is also interesting, is the year he left, they allow a 100.9 passer rating, 4.3 yards per carry, and 25 points per game. So defense actually gets worse when he leaves. I don't know what people are talking about. I think Packers fans are just trying to talk all this smoke. All right? I know, that's what people are saying out there, but I'm going to be honest, man. The numbers, they tell a little bit of a different story. I mean, he wasn't incredible as a defense coordinator, but they improved initially. He had a couple of down years. Run defense wasn't the best. But in terms of scoring, there were only a few years that the defense was worse in scoring defense than it was before he got there. I mean, the defense took an improvement over a sample size than before he got there. So, I don't know what people are talking about. It seems like he did a pretty solid job, and he has tons of experience to join up with Aaron Glenn. I think the Lions, I think this is an interesting way, but I think it sounds like a good idea in theory because Aaron Glenn being a first-time DC, you're kind of worried. He's never done it before, calling plays. This is a lot more than just being a secondary coach. Well, now he gets this guy that he's already played for, so they're probably a good relationship, that's done this for dang near 50 years, all right? Dang, half a century. And he can help him. He's like, okay, hey, look, I'm flexible. I roll out kind of just here to help. Let me help you out with what you're doing. So he can help in practice, things like that. I think it makes sense in theory. I think it's a good move. And again, it's one of those positions that the Lions have seemingly made a lot of positions like this, where it's just guys to help out, guys to mentor. And I mean, he has a very long resume. It seemed like he did a pretty solid job with the Green Bay Packers. So I don't know what people are talking about, to be honest with you. But yeah, Dom Capers, welcome to Detroit. Man, I guess that's really all to say when I sum it up pretty quickly. I mean, that's really all there is. But yeah, the guy has more experience than what to do with 47 years. Here's some side notes on Dom Capers that I started to bring up. So in 1996, he won the Coach of the Year award. Didn't have a lot of success as head coach. He was like 48 and 80, so good thing he's not that, I guess, for us. But he did win Coach of the Year award in 1996 when he led his team to a 12-4 record. So that's pretty impressive. Something you can't take away from him. He also coached 4 Defensive Player of the Year guys. Okay, that includes Pat Swilling, Rod Woodson, Charles Woodson, and Jason Taylor. So, okay, I see. Hey, you coach for 47 years, you're probably going to hit on 1. But 4, kind of impressive. And we know Rod Wood, Charles Woodson, both back-end guys. He's a former DB coach, so maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe Okuda's the next Defensive Player of the Year. Am I going too far with this? Probably. He's also from Cambridge, Ohio, and he went to college at Mount Union, which is Division III. And, well, I know as of recently, they're a very good football school. So, there you go. Some side notes on Dom Capers. Bam. You were that was 1 minute with DoseOfDion on Disney Channel. I don't know what I'm doing. No, I'm just saying it's pretty good. I mean, I'm not saying this is a huge hiring where the Lions oh my gosh, they just flip the world upside down. But I think it makes a lot of sense, and I think it should help Aaron Glenn. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I have a Matthew Stafford rumor video coming out soon, and I got to finish that one up. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.